148.
Well, that might just give De Decker something to think about here. Well,
what's that, the third time, fourth time he's done that? First start into the one?
Yeah, when he was on the 1-2-1 and he hit the single one with the first start then. And that was at a key moment as well, just when it looks as though he might be making a move. Single six to leave 44, problematic, potentially. Tops, no problem whatsoever for Chris Lambert. That's a really good recovery. Didn't look flustered at all there, just got on with the business. Yeah. Keeps it lively, keeps it going. And Lambert, yeah, so far just about doing enough on throw. And that is all that matters right now. 90. Gets the treble. Can't find the double, and he can't find double nine either. And he's busted, and he has to go back to square one. And De Decker, well, it might all be academic anyway, because De Decker's looking at double 16 to level things up. Gets the break back, and on we go at 4 apiece. Well, Chris Lambert knows that could be a game changer. That could be the moment where it turned De Decker's way.
Game on.
2 darts for 5-3, missed by Chris Lambert. Mike De Decker has
9.58 average on the Pro Tour this year after 9 matches. Can't obviously maintain that every match he plays, but
60.
Yeah, he would have been looking for a little bit more, but I think he can be pleased with the way that he's been able to dig himself out of a hole if he does come through this one.
81.
For what it's worth.
Crucial
it's
last
not
dart.
Over yet, yeah. I mean, Landman's there. That final dart down to 113.
Inching towards the finishing line. May not get a look at that 90. This is makeable, or very makeable. Double top. Oh, another great check out from Landman. That will feel like a slap in the face in a car park in Wigan for Mike De Decker. Last leg decider. De Decker has the darts. Can he make it count?
Biggest check out of the match, and more importantly, it just, well, Landman has really laboured on the doubles, and I think it will just enable him to put that to one side as well.
123.
Here to wrap up the win. That's okay.
That'll do. That leaves tops. That treble 20, a nice way to finish things off. A little bit of a hammer blow there for Landman, who was praying for a slip-up, but the slip-up was not forthcoming. And De Decker, well, he's had a 13 dart leg already in this match. That was in leg 7. Can he get another one here? No, he can't, but it might not matter. Double 10 will do. And Mike De Decker completes the turnaround. He was in a spot of bother in that one at 4-2. Landman knows that's a missed opportunity. He looked to be in control at one stage, but the finishing was wayward in the latter stages. He was able to recover with that 1-1-3 checkout, but it was all in vain as Mike De Decker continues his very encouraging start to 2024. He'll be
157.
fairly hopeful of returning, but you never know with Schindler. He is able, time and time again, to produce moments like this. Not on this occasion.
97.
Now, Joe's getting plenty of chances here, and the reason for that is because he's averaging over 102. That's a great dart. Is this one? That is wonderful. This is a really high level of performance from the Rockstar. It's not just the overall average of 100, but the first 9 is delightful at over 120. This is really, really good. As far as walk-on songs today have been concerned, we've had some belters. Chris Landman's walkout was cool, but nothing was as loud. I was watching that De Decker game before this, from just outside the commentary box. My word, that is probably the loudest Friday night I can remember on the European Tour in all the time that I've been here.
Yeah.
And the only time that I've heard anything like that was when Rusty J. Rodriguez played Richie House in Vienna. That was back in 2016.
Well, there might be a smattering of applause here if Joe Cullen takes this, and he has done. That's a marvellous, marvellous piece of work by Joe Cullen. A 1-4-2 checkout, 2 treble 19s and a double 14, and this man means business. I said Joe Cullen would have been hoping for a kinder draw. Schindler likewise would have been hoping and praying to avoid someone like Cullen, and it is proving costly now.
Ever since the middle part of leg 2.
Yeah, I mean, first 4 legs,
97.
effectively 15 darts a leg on it, so he was able to embellish it with that 13 dart legs. Lost his way, obviously, in leg 6. But look at this now, it's relentless from Joe Cullen. He's just found his shooting boots once again. at just the right time, and he could well finish off with an 11 darter.
I'm not going to say it in detail, but that third dart on that 180 was remarkable.
Well, double 12 this time. Ooh, a bit of a flyer. And that one was just below the wire, but he will return with Schindler stranded on 176.
Sometimes all you can do is stand at the back of the stage, clap your hands and say, do you know what? You were too good tonight. And if Joe hits double 6, that will be the case for Martin.
Well, wins have been few and far between for Joe Cullen so far this year, but that is a very eye-catching success with which to start off his campaign here in V.
If he gets through this one, it looks like he might. 121 for a 12 darter to stay in that 4 to 5 visit range. My word, he's playing well. 51 ball. And that is the worst dart he's thrown in the contest.
83.
Is Jerome Karen going to get a shot at a double? He hasn't had one yet, and he's averaging 93. That's how well Gabe's played.
And the crowd offering some encouragement. And he misses a couple.
Gabriele required 38.
Choice to make here for Gabriel. He's going to split. A double 16. He is not missing anything at all. It is 4 out of 4 on the doubles. It is a 14-dart leg. He is still averaging 109, about 102, but he's still 5 out of 7 on the doubles. He's not going to leave a finish from here, but he is going to leave himself in that danger zone where he can set it up and take it out, and that's it.
Pun intended?
No,
danger
actually,
zone?
it's just kind of happened. It just came out of me. It was organic.
Highway to the danger zone.
Yeah, top gun there.
Kenny Loggins. Oh! That's just playing with the boys, that one. Brilliant.
Hey, because of the, yeah, and then, yeah. Oh, now then. A little bit of hope. That leaves an awkward one for Clemens. Even if this doesn't go for Karen, he might get another crack at it. Oh, dear. That would not have left a finish.
That is a bit of a Jose de Sousa moment, and he's coming up next.
That would have left 42, Jerome.
Do you think he's not going to take the 119?
Oh, no.
Well, maybe he needed someone to hold his hand to get through that. But there's going to be no sequel by the looks of it for Top Gun, because the Maverick is Gabe.
99.
Match dart miss. For Gabriel Clemens for a whitewash victory. Jerome Karen should have been closer. He can only get 1 dart. He does get 1 dart, a double top. And that might be that. And the Euro Tour debut for Top Gun might be coming to a rather sudden end. Gabriel Clemens wins it 6-0. A stunning performance in the early part of the game. He kind of fell over the line in the end, but a very, very deserving winner. Then I think Heta wins it 6-5, and they're both averaging about 120 at the time. Ridiculous stuff.
140. Jersey require 103.
To hit the front in this game. 3 for tops. Very nice. Jose de Sousa, 12 darter to go into the lead. Oh my.
140.
5 perfect darts, and that's the extent of it for now. Already the youngest player to throw a TV 9-darter.
Oh, hit 1 in the World Series, hit 1 on the Pro Tour already. A Euro Tour 9-darter, don't rule it out.
Do not rule it out.
Jose has just launched himself back into this leg. And Luke Littler is on an 11-darter and might lose the leg.
21.
Big deep breath from Jose. Gets the bullseye. Gets the treble 13 for double 16. Oh, that's magical from Jose. That really is special from the special one. And Littler can only stand and admire that. Looks all the world as though Littler had found his way with those 180s in that leg. All in vain. He started off with 180. He was on 5 perfect darts in that previous leg, and he still lost it, even though he was on course for an 11-darter.
Yeah, it turns out he did need a 9-darter.
85.
that was brilliant from Bissau. I mean, that's what he can do. I mean, he talks about his magical year of 2020-21, that time frame when he was producing those big averages. But look at this from Littler. The 9-darter is alive. It's on, and it could happen in his first ever European Tour match. And it would be just very much in keeping with what he's been doing.
Did it in his first World Series event in Bahrain. Did it in his first Pro Tour event. But he's not going to do it right now. 7 perfect darts from Luke Littler.
Well, our co-commentator Paul Nicholson was standing by with the... well, he was filming that on his mobile. He wanted a piece of history there as a keepsake. Not quite happened there, but Littler in position to level things up with the 11-darter. Well, not there yet. The troubles on doubles return to haunt him once again. Now, de Sousa had that unlikely steal earlier, didn't he?
88.
When he levelled things up at 1 apiece.
20.
Another unlikely steal here is for a 4-2 lead, but Littler closes the door.
Some legs, Jojo to throw first.
With a 14-darter, what a good match this is. What's he got here?
6.
Well, it's okay. Still has plenty in hand, but a big visit here from Jose could make things interesting. Ooh. And it could be a big visit.
421.
Shame about the last dart.
121.
Might all be academic anyway. Treble 17 for Bullseye. 1-2-1 check out for Luke Littler. This high standard encounter, counting for the missed doubles as well, continues. That's 3 ton plus checkouts, the first for Littler, and on we go, and it's effectively now a best of 3 shootout for now.
Right back in the leg. It's half a dozen maximums from this utterly sensational talent.
Well, he kicks off there with a 58.
Oh my, that's
Fraser hits back. Yeah, Littler hit 58, then the 180, and he might be in the money once again. That treble 20, but it's taking a huge pounding. De Sousa's 180 sets up the 47, and this to go 1 away. Tops. Gets it. The finishing is, well, it's Ricardo Petresco-esque right now. He was 8 from 8 in the final in Hildesheim. De Sousa's 5 from 5 in this one.
All of a sudden, Jose de Sousa could be getting back in a leg that he was nowhere near it. Double 8 left. Double 8 left for the match, is it? Oh, savage deflection, but he leaves himself on the same score.
Yeah, it didn't do too much damage. It deflected kindly, if you like, but this might be all in vain anyway. Well, the doubles for Littler have been problematic, and it's come back to haunt him at the worst possible time. De Sousa looking at 56 for the match.
Double top. He has not missed a single dart at double. It is flawless finishing. Littler's putting his darts away. Littler thinks it's over.
He might have to get him back out.
Oh. No score.
Well, De Sousa very much doing De Sousa things there. Littler surely can't pass up the opportunity. He put his darts away. He got them back out, and he salvaged it somehow. 5 apiece.
The first darts at double he missed in the whole match were for the match. But he still has to throw in this last leg decider. Can he conjure up another one of those brilliant 4-visit legs?
I mean, he should get down to a finish first and foremost. And he will do. And it could be another 180. It is another 180. That is absolutely devastating from Luke Littler. He could well wrap it up with an 11-darter.
Oh, there's life in this. It's another dart in the one, but he leaves himself a Shanghai finish for the match, but he may not get a go. Littler to the 12 segment. Now to the bull. And Luke Littler has missed a match dart. Jose, would you dare go 3 tops? No.
Oh, he's hit a single one as well. This is a horror show. Oh, he's 7 scored for De Sousa. He's written his own suicide note with that one. Littler steps in at 25. 2 darts at double 10. This is not a gimme for Littler by the way his finishing has gone so far today. but he comes up with the necessary goods with the final dart of the match, and Luke Littler gets away with it. 101.86 the average on his European Tour debut, and that was something special from both of them, both contributing to a brilliant match. After that high-octane stuff.
Oh, I was standing just as the commentary box watching that game. It was remarkable, a great spectacle, and Littler just seems to bring the buzz. And De Sousa played so well in that game. He could have won it.
Yeah.
That would have been a great story for him to go into Saturday, but it's not going to be. Poor Christoph Ratajski, he's got to handle Littler tomorrow. Yeah. He's going to have to bring his A+ game. Double 12 for Peter. And that is a really nice finish. That area of his game here tonight has been excellent. 60% with 2 60s and tops. It's not going to happen. And this Belgian crowd are not just taking a breather after the previous game. They are left with nothing to cheer for, because Peter Wright could be 4-0 up here and won't be at this visit.
10.
Yeah, this is the
To require 119.
last hope as far as the host nation qualifiers are concerned. Mike De Decker, of course, through to the second round tomorrow, but De Vos is flying the flag for the qualifiers. And the flag is still flying. Peter Wright lets that one slip through his fingers. Missed opportunities. Could so easily have been looking at a 4-0 lead. De Vos, though, keeps himself going, keeps himself ticking over, and gets the hold of throw. Dimitri van den Berg.
He's only playing Stephen Bunting, who's the Masters champion, but this is not just a change of barrel, it's a change of flight, stem and point. It's an everything change.
Yeah.
That's like walking into a New York deli and saying, you know, I fancy a salad today for lunch. And then all of a sudden you think, I'll just have an everything bagel instead.
140. Peter, you require 110.
Well, that 140 might be enough to give Peter Wright something to think about here. 90 away. Double 18. For a 4-1 lead. That's... I was going to use the word priceless. I wouldn't say priceless, but I think very significant, because
8-9 years ago, made 3 consecutive UK Open finals, remember? 2 losses, then a win.
Yeah.
Third time, well, not lucky, because he was brilliant in 2017. Like you mentioned earlier, that was one of his best years.
Yeah, 5 Euro Tour titles that year. Just had to double check, but yeah, 2017 was his stellar year on the European Tour. This has been a really below par leg for Peter Wright. That's another, well, that's a 4th successive sub-ton visit from Peter Wright. And De Vos is looking at Shanghai, and he's looking at tops, and he's finished the job. Now it's only a hold of throw, but again, it's a timely one, because he's capitalised there on a really below par leg there for Peter Wright.
It's hard.
Yeah.
All you want to do is get through. I didn't even play in the Premier League.
Yeah, and then
140.
you feel with Peter Wright as well that sometimes he has to live up to expectations as well when he's on the European Tour stage. There is that added pressure as well.
60.
But yeah, it's gone a little bit quiet inside the October Hall, and I think the crowd will find their voice again.
Oh, they will. Especially when Dimitri's called. 57 leaves a ton. Match start will have to wait for next time round.
97.
But yeah, for Peter Wright, it is all about just getting the job done.
Andreas Harrison. Really interesting game that all of a sudden. James on 108 is looking for 60 and 14s. Does anything and everything usually 60. To leave double top and double 10. I'm amazed 100. That he didn't go for 48 there, even with the guide.
Yeah, I think the guide might have made his mind up. But Barney for 2-0. Very nicely done by Raymond van Barneveld to consolidate that early break of throw.
Odd. Less spots, like you've mentioned, and they are usually done after a couple of Pro Tour events are completed. It just makes your trip to the UK longer, and that's not something he wants to do. James wants double top. This is definitely something he wants to do. Classic Wade, one of the first players in World Darts to utilise the small trebles a bit more. Your 7s, your 8s, your 9s. It's all about leaving double top.
Yeah, very nicely done by James Wade there. That's a 12-darter, best leg of the match. Bit more of that from Wade, and he can turn this one around, a game that he has not managed to even get level in as yet. Littler back in the day.
After Stephen Bunting was.
57.
Well, Barney unable to find a treble. He leaves himself 60 and he's already taken out the 80. Wade needs something special. And it's not there on this occasion. Now, Barney's finishing has been so good so far in this game.
130.
If he can just perform this relatively simple operation, it's 5-3.
Double 10. That was a bad dart.
40.
Chance is missed, and he knows just how key that miss could be. Wade on 15, a number he doesn't leave very often. What does he do here? Double 4. You don't see him up here very often. Doesn't matter. It's now 4-4. And for the first time in a long time, he has got the throw back for the 18s.
Can he find his way through again? He is stubborn. He is brilliant at getting past blocker darts, but he wasn't able to do it on this occasion. He leaves himself double 8 for the match, but Barney to take us the distance.
What have you got, Raymond? Have you got a bullseye in you? Have you got a double 5 in you? Oh, we're going the distance. What a great shot from Raymond. And without hesitation, no fist pumps here as we go into leg number 11. Wade just gets on with it. That's what he does. And in last leg deciders, we've said it so many times, one of the premier players of the last 50 years in getting the job done in this spot. It's been like this before against Simon Whitlock and Sindelfingen. He's not going to replicate that kind of heroics.
65.
64 for Wade, and the primary target here is going to be treble 8.
Treble 8 for tops is the plan. It's in the 16. And that does leave one dart at tops. And that's all James Wade needs. Wade beats Barney and gets some revenge for his first round defeat to him here last year.
92. Stephen, you require 81.
Chance to extend his advantage.
He couldn't complete this on double 13 in the last leg. And to come back and finish it off in the next visit, he may not get that chance. It is double 13 again. And exactly the same thing has happened.
It was almost the same spot outside that wire on the 13s. Vandenberg, can he step in on this occasion and clean up? Double 18. For a level game at 2 apiece. Shrug of the shoulders after that one landed. It was a good centimetre outside the wire, and Bunting returns looking at double 13 once again. Hit it absolutely plumb last time. Not on this occasion. Double 4. Gets there in the end. Nod of approval from Dan Dawson alongside me.
Yeah, not great leg of darts. It's 21 darters, significantly worse than the 3 legs that had gone before, but it is a 3rd leg on the spin for Stephen Bunting. 16. Yeah. Now he tried to bully his way through to the treble 20.
Yeah, aided by the fact that Vandenberg's on 2-6-3 anyway.
60.
Well, there is more than a 10-point difference in the averages here. But if Dimitri can pop in a couple of big trebles...
Like that.
Ooh, just like this. And all 3, in fact. Now, Bunting would need to miss. But Dimmy could level up if there are misses.
Well, this is where the psychology comes into play. All of a sudden, the whole emphasis of the leg has changed. But Bunting might have been told, well, it doesn't matter if your opponent gets down to 92 and you're on tops. It's still the same dart that you have to throw. It doesn't matter.
Stephen, you require 96.
Well, the highest checkout in this game we've had is 94 in the very first leg from Dimitri, when he started that brilliant 11-darter. Bunting has not checked out anything over 40 because he can't get finishes done with his first dart at double. He's only going to get 1 max here, and he's not even going to get that because he went double-double and he's persevered with that double, and you can sort of see the thinking because he had a marker, but the danger is that you miss the board entirely and you're back on 76 if Dimitri makes a mistake.
And he's made 2 so far. And he's made a 3rd.
And Stephen Bunting will be annoyed at having gone for that double 18 with the last dart. Now, he may come back and get 2 darts at double anyway, but he might have to burn 2 darts just to get 1 for the leg. That's what's happened.
Ooh, bit of a shout there as well over his shoulder, which may have proved a distraction. Bunting just having a look at the spectator in question. That's a rare thing in Belgium, I've got to say.
Certainly is.
But Vandenberg is the beneficiary, and Vandenberg, well, he still had to step in and fire the darts himself.
Look, Bunting's annoyed, but he's annoyed with himself more than anything.
Maybe the big fish on the stage incoming here for Vandenberg. Not to be. Bunting looking at 76 again. Now then, how will he approach it this time?
Stephen, you require 76.
Not how will he approach it, but how will he execute it? That's how he'll approach it. And this time he gets the first dart in the treble, so he's got 2 darts at double 8. Just the one left-handing now. And this time he finds a way through. And Bunting, I think, righting the wrongs of the previous leg, you might say, as far as he's concerned. Gets that 2-leg cushion back in business.
Of 81. Now, he is twice before been left on 81, twice before he's ended up on double 13, and twice before he has failed to take it out. Is it 3rd time lucky? And a magical 7 wins on the spin against the top player from Belgium.
Could do with the treble 19. Once again, he has to go to the 12s. Will it be the treble? No, it's not. So it's the bullseye. And it's 25, and once again, he can't find a way through on 81, and it opens the door for Vandenberg on a very manageable 87. The intrigue develops a little bit more in this one now. And he too is looking at that red button in the middle of the board, and Vandenberg takes it. It's a breaker throw for the UK Open champion against the Masters champion. Into the decider we go.
Could he get another dart at the ball? He might just do it. Oh, he's not far off getting another match dart.
You require 72.
Taking his time as well he might. Oh, missed the big number. He wanted the double 18, and he strays into the single 1, and with that, it's effectively out of his hands now. Bunting looking at 68 for the match.
He did the same in the UK Open final. Humphreys missed a couple of match darts, and Vandenberg came back to win it. Bunting gets 1 at tops and takes his chance. Dimitri Vandenberg once again fails in his home country. He had the chance to win it, missed a big number, and never.
Signs of appreciation for the city, for the crowd where you're playing. It's a nice gesture.
I like that play from Richard. There are times when you go for the 42 after the 60 on a 142 checkout. There are times to go bullseye at 25, and that was the right time for the bullseye at 25.
And for the 5th leg, Richard Bates.
The longer this game stays in mid-80s average range, the more Richard, for me, has got a chance to win it. Doesn't really matter by which distance. Nathan's got to get a move on. He's got to find some intensity from somewhere. Is that a little bit of an underachievement?
I think underachievement is a bit of a harsh word. I think you could just argue. I mean, there are other players who are maybe not in Aspinall's stature, but you know, you look at, well, we talked about Vandenberg. There are major winners out there who've not won a European Tour event.
Correct.
And you know, so as far as that's concerned, I'd have to say no. But yeah, okay. I would look at it incrementally. Made his first final on the European Tour last year, but what is a concern is that he hasn't gone beyond the quarterfinals since then. I thought the final in Munich might just open the door a little bit for him, but hasn't gone beyond the quarterfinals since making the final in Munich last year. That's the issue.
What I will say is his likelihood of making the final session's pretty good. He's playing in his 52nd European Tour event as Aspinall, and he's been to the final session more than a third of the time. He's been to 18 final sessions for But the likelihood of him doing that here in Belgium is starting to wither, because that is a brilliant 15-dart break from Richard. 3 chances to get himself into a game with Ryan Searle tomorrow.
Well, that was his best leg of the match, 15-darter. And, yeah, for Nathan Aspinall, one of those quarter-final exits last year was here in Belgium. Better, actually, with that second dart, but a treble-less visit here will give Veenstra encouragement. I think you have to say he's a favourite now.
Still the favourite. Very much so.
Bullseye. Missed match dart for Richard Veenstra. All or nothing here for Aspinall.
Get the 14.
Oh.
That is the second time in a row in matches tonight where we've seen a huge missed single.
And it could be very costly indeed, because Richard Veenstra has 2 darts at double-8 for a passage into the second round, and Veenstra takes care of business with the finishing. Wraps it up with back-to-back 15 darters, and we have an upset to round off the opening day.